There it is. Welcome to the service. Welcome to the service, y'all. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, let me know if the audio is okay. Oh my goodness, the whole community's here. Sophia's here, Justin's here, Yammy, Bobby. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the service. Well, guess what, y'all? Guess what? Guess what, y'all?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
We're just a little buttercup. I got some powerful topics today. Oh my god, I'm so excited about them. There's no end to prepping topics. That's the thing. It's like, god damn. So much work to do. But powerful topics. You're going to have a great time. We're going to pull a Rumi card. We're going to talk. I got a powerful teaching on raising the vibration too. But let me know in the comments if the audio's okay. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear the music okay? What's up, y'all? What up, y'all? Pop out chat. Well, good evening. I can't tell if people can hear me though. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear the music. Hold on. We're coming. We're coming. Welcome to the service. Lehlo Gonolo Nikin says, well, good evening. Well,
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
that is correcto mundo. Correcto mundo. Sophia Gibson here, looking a little high vibration there. I think that maybe that's because Sophia came to my meditation class last night. Make sure you sign up for Loving Kindness Meditation. We are brought to you by this digital ashram is being built with your good comments and likes and subscribe. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe and tell your friends and get in here. Lawrence Ohms, what's up? Lawrence, were we going to get you that ranch? I don't remember. Ang95, what's up? Thanks for coming, everybody. Powerful, powerful sermons today for y'all, people. Powerful sermons. And they're all lined up. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, shall we? Sorry, that's actually coming up in the episode. Hold on, let me change my hat. What a high vibration week. Holy shit. Last weekend I did my nephew's wedding. I emceed it. That's actually why we missed so many episodes. Sorry, by the way. I really got to figure out a way to give you guys announcements of like when I can come on, when I can't come on. But I think Monday's 11/11. That's very reasonable. Monday's 11/11. Let's start with the Mondays. Let's build up Monday. Let's raise the vibration on the Monday. And then from Monday, it'll grow to the weekly, daily week. It'll grow to bi-weekly and it'll grow to weekly. I think we got to get to weekly though. We do got to get to weekly. And look, listen, you guys did a great job on that, on really supporting the daily rip that I was doing. But then, yeah, just other work came in. Okay, as far as major projects, I did my nephew's wedding. I counted that as a major project. And I know it's a major project and God confirmed it. You know how I know? Because the day after I did first of all, ripped. Didn't even do half the jokes. Fucking ripped. The family was like so happy. Everyone's so happy with the performance. Great. God is great. Great wedding. I think because of me, it's the first wedding we've had where people listen to speeches. Because brown people, you pack 500 of them in. Then you make a big stage in the middle. And they're just talking amongst themselves. They're not listening to the freaking speeches, right? So I go in. I tell people, like, listen, it will be like honey nectar in your ears. If you listen to every single word, it will raise your vibration. It will be nectar in your ears, and we will celebrate the love of this young couple. That's what I told them off the top. That's what you got to do, I guess. That's what you got to do. I said stuff like that all throughout. I said, like, I just want to appreciate you for giving your fullest attention and giving us everything you got and listening to every word you hear, because it's like a nectar in your ears, y'all. And I told them, and I'm telling you guys, every word I say. And real quick, we got a couple of new graphics from Divine Cat, but I wasn't able to incorporate them today. Interesting, I incorporated them into meditation yesterday, but I wasn't able to. I thought I had them lined up, but they're not in there, so they're going to be in next week's. But we do have a lot of the graphics already in from Rewind Cat, so we do appreciate that work from Rewind Cat. Thank you so much. And you're listening right now to Quangerine Dream by Noir A. Blanc V on the drip, 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 rip and dip. Mondays, 11:11 on YouTube, live. Watch it on the go all the time, live on YouTube. Powerful service today. And then, oh no, this is where God sent me a sign that because not only did the sermon go, did the speaking at the emceeing the wedding go well, but the very next day, I got contracts for this TV show that I'm acting on. God is great. God is great. I got the contract paperwork next day. That's God saying, one project done, let's get started on the next project. And then it gave me some breathing space to really work on the podcast. But I had family over. It was so much fun, man. It was so good the whole community got together. The wedding was like a ceremony. It was beautiful. And then on Wednesday, I went to the cast party for this TV show that I'm acting on. And it's like a continuation of an old show. It's called Dino Dana was the original. Now it's called Dino Dex. Saw my daughters again, saw their parents again, saw the new kids that are going to be on the show. I'm playing the dad, obviously. But I went there, and I just wanted to tell you this to raise your vibration. You know, I went there with maybe like a neutral vibration. On my way, I was wearing this t-shirt, and it was a t-shirt with a picture of SpongeBob, Patrick from SpongeBob on it. And he's doing some kind of a hand gesture like this. And I'm thinking, should I get a shirt? Let me stop somewhere, get a shirt. Let me put a collar on. The ego was saying that. The ego was saying, stop somewhere, put a collar on. How's it gonna look in the community? You just show up in a SpongeBob SquarePants t-shirt. It's clean. Fits well. But I show up there, 3 people were like, you look great. Are you working out? This is a great look for you. You look better than before. I swear to God. You know, and I just wanted to remind all of you, and this is a great quote by Rumi. Wait, Rumi quote? Better looking. Watch this. Okay, the universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are. That's true, but no, there's one specifically about this. Quote, better looking. It's like, okay, this is what it is. Always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you'd ever imagined. Unless you're a psycho, then you think you're sexy and everything all the time. But if you're a normal human being, if you're a righteous person, you have humility, and part of that humility, you start to think like, I'm getting old. And I didn't even wear a hat too. I just went like this bald, and the girls were like, you look so good. You look better than before. You actually look better than before. You look great. And these girls are the kind of girls that would roast me. If I look like shit, if I gained 10 pounds, they'd be like, They'd probably say something. Especially the girl's dad. The girl who plays my daughter, her dad, he's the first one to compliment. He's like, you look great, man. You're working out? You look great. This guy, this is the kind of guy that if you gain 2 pounds, like, you're getting fat. Watch it, man, you're getting fat. He would say it right to your face. That's the kind of, he's a Muslim guy. Brown guy. I shouldn't have said Muslim. It's brown. All brown people do this. We have to tell you if you gained weight. We got to let you know. That's the community. The community. Listen, whole community talking, and they'll tell you. I remember I was at a party. My mom was just talking to someone, and they were trying to set some girl up. So they were talking about what a girl looks like what are her physical attributes, whatever. And the woman. She's trying to describe this girl. She's like, very nice, beautiful girl, nice single body, not a double body like this one. And she just pointed at my other cousin who had gained a little weight. And she goes, not a double body like this one. Nice, single body, very beautiful. Not a double body, single body. And I'm like, Mom, you just called this girl a double body human being. You just called her double body. And they say that in India. That's a Gujarati thing. Oh, this one is a double body. If you get fat, they say, oh, this one have a double body. If anyone fat, they'll say it. And sometimes when you're a kid, you feel proud of it. They're like, I have I'm double body. When I was a kid, I was big fatty boom batty. So people would say to me as a kid, I'm like, yes, I'm big double body. I'm double. But to say it to a girl who's single in her, early 30s, it's unacceptable. And I told my mother, right? And I'm telling you guys right now, always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. That's a Rumi quote. So remember that. Listen, we're raising the vibration here, people. We are raising the vibration. Before we get into the Duggar family review, I got to review this. Every week we're going to do one cult documentary. And that's it. That has been finalized. That word has been given from God, and it will be such. Every week we're going to open with a documentary. And this week we're going to be reviewing the Duggar family. But before that, I do want to do a quick vibration raiser. I know this all has been kind of vibration raising, but I did want to show you guys, because I know I show you guys these videos that are like, that really teach the essence of non-duality. And this one I thought taught it so well. And I just wanted to show you guys real quick. Let's take a look at it. This is it. This is one of the most incredible teachings on non-duality I've ever seen. And let's take a look at it together, and I'll review it, and I'll explain in what ways it is such a high vibration. Hold on. And make sure you hit the like and subscribe, y'all, because you know what? Because we are still building this congregation. You know, there should be some editor doing this for me right now, but that's fine. We can review this as a community together, and we're going to review that this is one of the most powerful non-duality teachings, and it'll give you a blessing for the whole week. Let's take a look at it.
Randy Orton in the corner. Big Show's prone here. Big Show prone. And Randy Orton off the distraction. Randy
That was a Paul driver, by the way. I don't know if you guys are wrestling fans. That was a Paul driver, by the way.
Orton came on Big Show as Big Show was staring at the authorities.
And he gets in place. Look how he gets in place, too.
Capitalize on it. Can he cover the Big Show? What an incredible turn of events here.
And the
Big
kid
Show and Randy
even
Orton
does a
getting
flipper,
right
dude. And he even puts his hand in. Come on, do the pin. Walks away. Fully committed to the part that he's playing in this life, in this Leela. And the reason why I wanted to show you this video is because there's a lot of people in that teach that basically this is the most accurate description of what life is. In so many ways, this describes the non-dual philosophy. Number one, we are all children of the Most High God. We are all just but like children. You know, only the non-dual teachers teach that we're actually just in grade 3. We think we're adults now. We think we're adults, but when God looks at us, God sees a little baby, little child like that. So that's number one. That's non-dualism. That's regular religion too, but that's definitely non-dualism. Now, also in non-dualism, there's basically a higher self, smaller self. And in this life, you always have the help of the higher self. And that's what this dad's doing. The dad, and you can see several points in this wrestling match that the dad kind of guides him along. You know what I mean? Like even when he's jumping off the top ropes here, you'll see it, right? Because this does look scary, right? For a second, you're like, oh my God, this kid's going to hurt his head. Isn't he? He's going to hurt his head. But daddy knows daddy's watching. Got him. Perfect, right? Just let him slide over and then gives him the hand to do the pin. This is what the non-dualists say that life is doing with you all the time. You are in a dance in life, in a play. The Hindus call it a Leela. And in a very real way, this kid is doing a play. This is a play, right? So you are like a child of God, here to do a play. That's accurate. You think you're an adult, but you're actually playing in life, and the rest of life around you is like this daddy. And like the dresser, you know what I mean? They're all just pieces for your play. But you know, you should really look at your week like this. You know, if you have anything difficult coming up, what the non-dualists say, and we talked about this at meditation yesterday, and we practiced this. We can practice this on Sundays. Here, we're not going to do guided meditation. But I did want to let you know that you should be looking at your life like this, and you should almost try to visualize the next most difficult thing you have to do in your life. You should visualize it like you're this child. And God's just putting little challenges. Oh, that's a challenge for you. You think you can't do it? You can do it. God's hand is right there. Your higher self's hand is right there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, it's interesting how, you know, another actually documentary we got to review here is Undisclosed. Before we get to the Duggars. No, not Undisclosed. Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. This documentary, honestly, one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. Hold on, let's full screen this, baby. Oh, God. Oh, God. There we go. Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. This is the full movie. You can watch it. You can also buy or rent it. Interesting. This is another contact, the CE5 experience. What's CE5? Close Encounters 5, and they have a meditation. Because you can actually do meditation. And look, CE5 protocol meditation. They actually do meditations to contact the aliens. Yes, because they believe. And you know, this is a brilliant thing about this documentary. I think you guys have seen this documentary. Absolutely incredible. I reviewed it yesterday on meditation, but I think it's important to let the community know about it today. This documentary, it's not what you think an alien documentary is going to be. This documentary is basically trying to teach that, you know, you'd think that a documentary would say, oh, there's aliens coming, we got to be careful, they're going to attack us, whatever. This documentary actually says opposite of that. This documentary says there's aliens, but they love us. They're not here to fight. They're here to love us. They want to love us. So in a very real way, he is a very high vibrational teacher. He's vibrating on love. And even he says that the aliens, they believe in loving kindness. So they're coming here just to love us and to help us. And our government is blocking that information and repackaging the information to us like, oh, these aliens are coming to kill us. So I need more military budget. I need more money for weapons. I need more money to kill people, to divide people, to be a sinner. And this guy's righteous, and he actually meditates in the documentary too. But I think he says it right here.
Fact is, they have shown remarkable restraint, almost a level of a Gandhian pacifism, not to have pushed back. So the threat isn't extraterrestrial. The threat is covert human.
That's it. Wow, you know what? God lined that clip up for us. Because I didn't even know where we were going to go on that. I went to the last part, played it, and that's exactly that sums it up, man. They love us, and it's our government that is in the ego and hates us. And is scared. They don't hate us, but they are living in fear. They're in a low vibration state, and because of their low vibrational state, let's take a look at it here. You guys know how the scale works, right? You guys are experts on the scale. Their low vibrational state, because it is in ignorance and darkness, they are getting a warped view of the world that everyone's our enemy and we have to attack and we have to preemptively do all this stuff to attack them and to destroy them. And so give me millions of dollars. And it's true, though. That's the thing. And that's what a lot of people are saying about these new admissions by the government that there's aliens here. It's all just, so now you gotta give me more money. That's what the whole goddamn thing's going to be, and it's not righteous. But what is righteous is this guy's message of loving kindness, and I'm going to see if I can get him on the podcast. Honestly, this is incredible. Powerful teachings. Do I think it's all real? I mean, let's look at the montage. I don't know if we can play this song, but... well, they do a lot of meditational activities. Well, here's one meditational activity, because they actually want to call the aliens.
This academically, but then to take action on it.
It was very empowering for me.
You know, Dr. Grifts says our first interest is an academic interest, and in my case, that was how I got into this. But very quickly after that, it changes to a heart, mind, and soul connection. Loving
kindness. This documentary is a message of love, man. And I find that's true for all these conspiracy theory movies and documentaries. Is like, it starts as like a kooky conspiracy theory. Like, are those aliens? I don't know. Is that just a light refraction from sun? I don't know, brother. I hope it's aliens. But in a way, it doesn't matter, because ultimately they're taking us to a higher vibration. They're saying, whatever it is, let's love it. Let's not get the missiles out. Let's not get the military involved. Let's get a force of love involved, not a force of hate, a force of division. You know what I'm saying? And that, I really think that's a powerful message, and a message that the culture needs right now. Even if it's got to come through aliens, even if it's got to come first with a strong belief in aliens, it's a way to get you into loving kindness. And so I 100% to support this document. It's incredible, and it really is loving kindness. I'm not exaggerating. They do loving kindness meditation. They even call it meditation. You saw on the last screen that they have a CE5 meditation protocol. That's the protocol for calling the aliens. But that protocol, that's loving kindness, man. They go through the same steps as a loving kindness meditation. It's incredible.
That is.
We got to get this guy on the show.
Really
He's so great.
Powerful driving force in your life, and it's important to go from the academic interest to the experience level, and that's what happens very quickly. You make this transition to an experience of this new lifestyle, this new understanding of our place in the universe. We wanted to take action because it's important to not only learn about this academically, but then to take.
Sure, you.
Let me see if there's anything popping up for from the YouTubers. The YouTube. Let's see if the YouTube's algorithm's getting up in arms about this. No, we're good. We're good. I think he plays this, but I think this song might mess us up. This is incredible. I do want to show you this montage of alien craft coming to visit. I think it's powerful stuff.
The parameters of unity, of peace. This is a frequency that is far out of the spectrum of fear. So there's an incompatibility there in a scientific perspective. If you think about resonant waves, the energy, the gratitude, love, joy, peace, all of that, this is a frequency that you establish first through whichever practice appeals to you, and then extend your connection from there.
Researchers have discovered that remote viewing and meditation
in a specific cadence and a repeatable cadence. And I call this trans-dimensional electronic communication. And they will actually take over the circuitry of these electronic devices we have out.
That's where it does get a little...
We will detect in this dimension might be an electronic signature, orb, or an object that appears and flashes in and out, a scintillation of light that then vanishes, or an object that comes...
Can I play this song? Is this a real song? Let's just play our own song. Look at all these aliens. All these aliens. And earlier in the documentary, they even show proof that one of these aliens was near us, and then the US government shot a missile at it, and then it freaked out. But before the missile came, it like freaked out and went boom, and then the missile just flew by. And they're doing this on your behalf. And they're doing it to aliens, and they're doing it to earthly aliens too, people from other countries, on your behalf. So it's something, I think it's a powerful message, man. I can't believe how many people, like, you tell them that, you know, our government is like destroying this country or like attacking someone or doing something, and a lot of people are like, well, they must know what they're doing. La-di-da. Well, that's life. They gotta do it. No, they don't. It's wrong. Why would you fight with these people? This is a love and a light system here coming to see us. Maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys bought into the alien thing? Is it aliens? It could just be light refraction. I like the loving kindness aspect, I'll tell you that. But I do want to show you all of these, and then we're going to go to the Duggars next. Look at that. Look at that. And sometimes they would show someone watching it and be like, oh, give me a triangle shape. Let me see a triangle shape. And then it'll turn triangle. Oh my God, this maniac. I was telling my nephew that this psychopath is a con artist. My nephew loves Prime drinks, these Logan Paul drinks. And I'm telling him, like, dude, the guy's a psycho. And he's like, no, he's good. He's not. He didn't do anything. How do I tell this guy? Let's get the comments up here, people. Let's get the comment congregation. Ready? There we go. And there we go. Let's read some of these comments. Let's make these comments bigger, actually, right? You deserve more than that, y'all. You deserve it. And I should be also this big too. All right, let's see it. Damn, this is a heavy congregation today. McZamzam is here. Guess what, pal? Hey, McZamzam.
Well, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
That's correct, Raziel the Great.
Yeah, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Chipco.
Yeah, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Yeah, especially if I ask him to do it over the thing. I think he'll be down. He'll probably be down. What a sweet guy. Now, I am worried about looking into this and then finding out that, like, yes, you can join my class. It's $8,000 for a weekend meditation retreat. We guarantee that you have a higher vibration and you will attract more love and light and abundance, money, virginers into your life. So let's hope he doesn't pull some shit like that. As long as he doesn't pull some shit like that, then God is great. I can't wait. We got to get him on. 5th encounters of the classified military tech. Yeah, you think so? You think it's just classic military tech? Raziel the Great. That was DDT. Pile drivers are done vertically. Oh, true. Okay, fair. Rosie the Great. Swanton bomb. Damn, you know all the moves, brother. You know all the moves. That's great. That's great that we have such a powerful congregation. 4-hour life. The ancient Hindus were right, man. Well, I'm glad they were right because today's Hindus, I don't think they're doing much of anything right. Aliens are amongst us and always have been. God is great. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Appreciate you and appreciate those of you with the ranch keeping this congregation in line, in check. Respectful. Kind of like this next show that we got to review. This next show that we have to review. Oh my goodness.
Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark.
Sorry. Let's see. Depraved World of the Duggars. Let's take a look at it, shall we? The Depraved World of the Duggars. Behold, it says Psalms 127:3-5. Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward like arrows in the hand of a warrior. So are the children of young one's youth. Happy is the man whose quiver is full. This is a great documentary. And the documentary already shows, it has like stuff from their old reality TV show, which is 19 and Counting. Great TV show. Great TV show. My 5 Wives. Auntie Abhinay. I have someone coming to knock on my door to clean the house, and I'm such a... Life is so good that I'm like, not now. I'm with my congregation. But they're coming to clean the bathroom. What a princely life I live. No, honestly, I think there should be a reality TV show about me. I think that's what we got to turn this into, and I do want to have... I think a good premise for a show is like, I'm a Patel, I'm 42, not married yet. And just show my mom freaking out, and then it's like, okay, how do we get this guy married? Let's go on these little adventures. Let's go on these little... But it's got to be scheming and scamming. I like this. Dude, so many kids. Oh, that's their church. Wow, dude, they built a powerful church. 8 years on TV, it's true. That's them. That's the Duggar family. This was a great TV show. Okay, so this TV show, it's on Prime. I think it came out like a month ago. This is Jim Bob Duggar. This is Jim Bob Duggar, father of 19, y'all. And then this is his wife. Dude, his wife. The whole thing is about, like, you have to make them submissive, right? That's the big part of what they teach. They're getting a lot of free... Really, all the labor is being done by the women. And I don't just mean literally making the children, but also, once the children are made, only the women can take care of the kids. Boys not allowed to take care of the kids. And then also, literal labor. So it's not only the birth labor, not only the raising kids labor, but then he literally makes them do labor too. So this is, and he doesn't pay them. So this is a big issue, obviously, in the culture, in the community. And this guy has a very low vibration in the end. And what I love about these documentaries, though, is that it just shows you that the biggest sinners, they think they're righteous and they think they're right beside God. The biggest sinners in the community. And one thing that really tickled me pink about this episode, this show, though, is that his wife... Actually, one thing that was annoying is that his wife... They taught so much submission to the women that they actually taught the women that when their man's around, actually not even when a man's around, even with other, I think with other women too, but definitely when a man's around, you should talk like that. You should speak in a submissive manner. Just talk like that. Yeah, they can hear you. That's fine. And God is great. And God, take care of your husband. That's how her interview sounded. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this woman's saying. I had to rewind twice in the documentary to be like, what the fuck did she say? Because this guy they teach him talk like a man, talk from the chest. And then the women, they got to talk like that. Keep the voice down. Jesus came in here today. He loves me. What did I say? That's what it was like listening to her. I don't know what the hell this woman's saying. That's how she talks. And she even teaches it. And that's not something good to teach, quite frankly. You should teach people to talk in a way that people can hear you. But they're almost teaching the women to talk in a way that, like, so submissive that you couldn't ignore them. It's almost like that's what she's teaching. She's like, you should be able to talk like... She's almost teaching, like you should be able to talk with 2 men in the room and they don't even notice that you're talking. And they teach it. They teach them. Hi, Martha, do you want to come over there and praise Jesus? And then my husband, I love him so much. 19 kids, dude. 19 kids. But you know what really tickled me pink about this documentary, my favorite really part, is that usually, like, I came into the documentary thinking the Guruji is the Guruji, right? Like this Guruji, this guy, Jim Bob Duggar, in here in the middle in the green t-shirt, he's the Guruji and he's the Guruji. But the great, lovely, beautiful bonus about this documentary is that not only do you get a Guruji, but you got the Guruji's Guruji. Let me show you Bill Goddard. This is Bill Goddard. This guy is the Guruji's Guruji. And he has a little class. I'll show you the class that he teaches. This is a chart from his class. And it's really like the opposite of our vibrational righteousness chart. We should compare them side by side in a minute. But this is really opposite of it. It basically turns the whole hierarchy upside down. Like, instead of equality, loving kindness, everyone is loved, everyone is beloved, and great. We are grateful for everyone, and everyone is beloved. They have this system. And in a real way, you could say that Bill Goddard is he's basically the biggest manosphere guru in the game. Because there's all these other manosphere gurus, right? But who's putting it into practice? Who wrote the curriculum? Bill Goddard. And Bill Goddard made the curriculum, and he made this chart even. And this chart, let's see how it compares actually to the chart of righteousness. I'll tell you how it's exact opposite of chart of righteousness. Because in traditional spirituality, you're taught to follow a strict hierarchy, and you have to be submissive and whatever. In loving kindness philosophy, which is the chart beside the middle chart, and let me separate them so people don't get, so people don't start thinking we're part of this hoo-ha. But basically, like, this idea that if you're a woman, you gotta keep your voice nice and loud. You gotta talk like that and make sure your husband feels that way. We love God. That's how you gotta talk. Like, the idea that you would lower your voice, never. It's actually not considered righteous to lower your voice and to not say what you truly feel and think in your heart. You are here to express what's in your heart because you are God and everyone else is God, according to the loving kindness teachings. So it's actually completely flipped. It's interesting how the loving kindness people actually teach that the biggest sinners, according to even Osho and a lot of Zen masters, they say that the biggest sinners are the priests and the politicians because they're the most invested in their egos and they're basically trying to get on top of a power hierarchy. So anyone who's trying to get on top of a power hierarchy on top of you, that's a sinner. Now, don't make that comparison to me just because we're building this beautiful ashram over here, just because we're building a beautiful ashram, doesn't mean that we are the same as what they are doing. We are not. We're obviously much better than that here. We're not trying to build a congregation on subjugation or taking your money. If you want to give money, God is great. If you want to even support, but if you even just come in for free, support it with your likes and your comments and your good vibrations, then God is great. That's fine too. But the sinners, many people say, are the ones who are trying to put you under them in a hierarchy. That's the biggest sinners, according to the loving kindness. Yeah, they say that the priest and the politician, that's the psycho. That's the one who gets everyone killed. The hustle culture guy, they're against it. The loving kindness people are against. They're like, yeah, you're gonna hustle. Don't do what's in your heart. That's what they would say. They have an attitude of like, meditate, become one with God, and then let God do the work. That's kind of the meditation philosophy. Is you don't need to hustle. God will hustle it. You got to meditate back, and then you're so full of source energy after meditation that you're not working. It's just God flowing through you. Kind of like what we're doing here. We channel. This is a channeling. This podcast is a channeling. There's some loose notes. You might wonder, like, how can all these rips be coming? Well, some of them are sent by God. Some of them were written by me before shorthand. But in the end, we come out with some rips. We do a rip and dip. A rip and dip is a channeling. It is a channeling from God, you could say. But no, he really is. This Bill Goddard really is the. Where is he? Where's that sinner? Where's that sinner? Bring him up. There's that sinner. Bill Gotthard. Now, here's the interesting thing, and maybe someone else can explain this to me.
And welcome back to my
by
channel.
the way,
I am Jen, and this is Fundy Fridays.
Jen from Fundy Fridays, she's actually in the documentary. So that is a shout out to Jen, man. She killed it. The fact that she got on a Prime documentary, that's a big deal. Even CoffeeZilla barely got on that Netflix documentary, but she's a big part of this Duggars documentary because she's been doing these exposés on them for years. Fundy Fridays, we got to ask her to be on the show too. We got to do some more. You know what? Let me look into her channel a little more. Oh my goodness, this is so embarrassing. I haven't even subscribed yet. Subscribe and like. No, she's cool, man. I thought she added a lot to the documentary, and she did a lot of research that I think, because it is even 19 and Counting, the TLC TV show. Like I said before, the great bonus of this documentary, it's called Happy Shiny People, by the way. Happy Shiny People documentary. The great bonus of it is that you think you're coming to see one Guruji, the Duggars, Mr. Duggar, the patriarch of the Duggar family, but not only do you get one guru, you get to see the guru's guru, and that's Bill Gotthard. And that's what she's going to talk about here.
Well, technically,
let's see. That's him right there. And here's the thing, actually, the question I need to ask her is like, what did he do exactly? Because I'll tell you what the hustle is. I'll tell you this guy's scam. He had all these teachings of like how to be more, not only submissive, but like how to be very like, don't just, basically slut shaming classes. They had like full slut shaming classes, I mean, they have this umbrella, so it just shows you that they're leaning into it. But they had full slut shaming classes. They really believe that a woman should be kept under control or they're going to get wild. Very manosphere, very manosphere. It's almost like he took the manosphere philosophy ideology and he said, let's go all the way with it. So he goes so far as to even raise the girls to be submissive to the men so that when he needs to holler at them, they're ready to go. And you can see it in a picture here. Now, here's the thing that confuses me about the whole thing is that it does feel a little bit like...
So the question is, make disciples, because it's the important question. I even tried to write a master's thesis on the answer. And I didn't get it. I got some ideas. I didn't get the real answer, though. And it's a very important question because it's the last command that was given to us by the Lord Jesus. He said, go into all the world, that all power is given to me in heaven and earth. Go into all the world and make disciples of all nations. So the question is, how do you know when you've made a disciple?
The times
That's at the heart of it, really. It's like, we got to get the numbers up. And that's why I've said this for years. The cult training, the get-rich-quick training, and corporate sales training, with a slight change in the surface layer, it's all the same curriculum. Same curriculum. Same process of changing someone's mind. Getting them to believe in what you believe over what they believe. Getting them committed. And really a brainwash, That's what these guys are good at. And he had a whole program called IBLP. And that's what I mean by he's the greatest manosphere guru, you could say. Now, here's what I am confused about. And it really is like a positive. Because the sinner, you know what he is? He's like a black pill guru on steroids, but the steroids is God. If you think about it, the steroids is God, because by using God, he's able to do extra brainwash on people. That's the difference between the typical black sphere manosphere, the manosphere black pill community, and him, is that he takes that and then he gives it the steroids. What's the steroids? That steroids is God. And one thing that I wonder about him, that I wonder about this whole thing, is that on the third episode of the documentary, Happy Shiny People, this guy, basically, they go into all the sexual abuse cases. But not one of the girls, and maybe I missed it, I don't know, maybe I missed it, and I'm not downplaying the suffering that he's caused, but none of the girls actually talked about him banging them. So it almost seems to me like this guy's brainwashing a bunch of girls since they're 12, and then they get older, and he's like touching them. He's definitely touching them. But I don't think this guy's even banging, and he doesn't have a wife. So sometimes I feel like maybe what happened is that Jesus, God, looked down and said, hey, sinner, you're sinning in my name, so I'm turning off the juice. I think that's what happened, because and look, I know, I don't want to be rude. I know it's like tough to talk about, so maybe but it just feels a little bit like, even when I look up the cases on him, where I'm like, okay, he obviously raped people. All I see is sexual abuse and not assault. I don't see assault. I saw sexual harassment and abuse. When I see harassment and abuse, and the worst story from the girls is that he grabbed their thigh, I'm not downplaying it. It's still wrong. Like, the girl's 12 years old and he's grabbing her, like, he's like putting his hand near their panties, I think. But I was shocked. I'm like, okay, but then did he try to have sex with you? I honestly couldn't tell. And maybe I missed it, but it feels like maybe there's an intervention from God saying, hey, sinner, you sinned in my name, so I'm turning off the juice. I'm turning off the juice. And that would be a very interesting even way of looking at this, because even if you look at the scale of righteousness, a lot of times when you become such a big sinner, you have a lot, it's not your true nature to be a sinner like that. To create an organization that manipulates people and brainwashes them and forces them to be under you and teaches them like this kind of nonsense. Like, it's not our nature to be sinners like that. And by sinner, I mean to be so like negative and like low vibration, because this is definitely low vibration behaviors. This chart is literally a flip of our chart. On our righteousness scale is literally flipped on this one. Because what he's doing down at the bottom there, in fear, negativity, whatever, where he's controlling people, he's doing this negative thing. It's almost like the shadow self is always in there. It's built into the system. There's a shadow self in there, and that shadow self probably kicks in at the last second and says, "Turn off the juice." So I don't know. But maybe I could be wrong. Like, maybe there's other women that said he did something. He went all the way with it. But from what I could tell, and then I Googled it, and I mostly saw sexual harassment and abuse. And when I see harassment and abuse, and then the story that they're telling is that like he grabbed their thigh, which I'm not saying it's okay to grab a 12-year-old's thigh and basically try to like he is flirting with like 12-year-old, 14-year-old girls that he brainwashed. It's wrong. I'm not saying it's not wrong. I'm just saying I think maybe God stepped in at the last second and turned the juice off, because I don't think this guy's... I don't know if he banged anyone, which it's a weird thing to say. It's one of the most shocking things. I came out of the third episode and I'm like, wait a minute, he didn't even fuck them? How can this... It was such a dichotomy in my head. But and then there's pictures like... There is this picture here. There's the picture that was used for the thumbnail. Like this picture here, he's sitting in the middle and it's a bunch of them standing around him. It's almost like he wanted that. Like he wanted them to flirt. He was like flirting with them. He was like joking about it. But and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he banged him. And which I think is great. God is great. Let's move on to our next topic though. You see that? Do you see in the congregation how God can intervene? Do you see how God can intervene? Raziel the Great. Rise above your ego, overcome your childhood trauma, and heal the wounds of your past. This way you do not bleed on those in your present. 100%, Raziel. 100%. That's correct. That is correct. And thank you for giving us a $5 donation. Guess what, pal?
Well, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
That's correct. We're just a little buttercup. Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. The congregation does need, we're doing okay. I think, look, I think we go weekly. Today, I talked to the editor a couple of days ago, and he's going to edit the clips. I think I need to put out more clips and just promote more to people that I know and just text people more and be like, yo, come to the show. Because I never do that stuff. And, what are we at, right? What do we get, 15, 20? Just me texting and messaging everyone will double that. And then from the double, it's like, if the rips are righteous, it will grow. It must grow. And especially if the cuts are righteous. Oh, and then also we have some new sketches coming out. We have some new short sketches coming out. So watch out for that. Are they sketches? They're more like, they're like cult facts. They're cult facts. So I think that I'm very excited about that. I'm going to talk to my my guy in the morning. Tomorrow morning about that. But there's an editor working on it. I wrote the script a little while ago, and like I think the shorts game is gonna pull people in. But in the meantime, Raziel the Great, we appreciate you and thank you so much. Chipko says, in the UK, government will destroy the constituents if it serves their agenda. It's true. Priests and politicians are the worst. Isn't the government becoming religionized? I think so, for sure. I'd love to see a study done based on the vibrational frequencies of these types of religious folks. Interesting, except no Christ umbrella. Yeah. What did you say before the no Christ umbrella? This is the same chart as the manosphere uses. Really? Raziel, they have the same chart? Let's see the manosphere chart. That's so silly, dude. Come on, you're kidding me. Manosphere chart. Let's go manosphere chart. And then I want to talk about these protests out there. In Europe. Images. Okay, well, you got to send it to me. I don't see it. That's hilarious, though, that they have the same fucking chart. They're such psychos, dude. Don't get bitter, y'all. Don't get bitter. Hey, don't get bitter. Go dancing. You know what I say. Don't get bitter. Go dancing. And I'm going to play a little track for you guys. This is called... No, that's a sad track. Let's not play that. This is Lo-Fi Mallet by Quan. And you're listening to the drip, 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 rip and dip right here on YouTube. YouTube live streamed. The top spiritual podcast in the whole community. Imagine. I just started saying that. Are we a spiritual podcast, though? That's a tough one. Sometimes I wonder about that. I'm like, is it fully... It is spiritual, though. We've done a lot of spiritual topics. And now I'm setting it up so that we do spiritual first, we do politics after. And that's it. And that's it. Let's go to our next... hold on. Let's go to our next topic. And let's change this song. It's a little... The volume of it's not high enough. This is a song called Blue Dream by Chill. And you're listening to the drip, 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 rip and dip right here on YouTube. This guy rips, man. You know, and look, I don't want to glorify war, and I don't want to glorify these war criminals, because I do think war people are generally dangerous, like kind of evil people. But this guy, like, I almost think he might have a high righteousness. This Wagner group leader, like, last week on Saturday, he went after the Russian government. I mean, he said, I'm going to fucking Moscow, dude. He said, fuck you, I'm going to fucking I'm taking him out, dude. That's a ripper. And on the way, people were shaking his hand. They're like, great job, dude. It's not a good look for Mr. Putin. Not a good look. You know, and I think people take it the wrong way. People take it like this. People think like, oh, look, they're fighting internally. That means we're winning. And what I think they should be looking at is like, they're fighting internally. Idiot, they're psychos. They love fucking fighting. Don't you get it? The West always looks at Russia like, we'll drop 2 bombs on them and Afghanistan. They're like, oh, we'll drop 2 bombs and they'll get the white flags out and say, I'm sorry, we did wrong. When it's never worked with Russia. It's never worked with Afghanistan. Afghanistan's depressed now. You know these Talibans? Now they're depressed. After the occupation, they got depressed. Can you believe that shit? Did we talk about that? Taliban depressed. Look at this. Taliban members fed up with office work, office culture, ready to quit. Who took this picture? Is this really a picture from the Middle East? Look at this picture. This is ridiculous. This guy is depressed now. This is Time magazine, so it's got to be a real picture. Taliban member Gul Agha Jalali, so it is real. Doesn't that look fake, like someone just made up a comic or something? Because it's like comedy, right? Works at the Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation in Kabul. Jalali used to spend his nights planting bombs, but since the Taliban swept back to power in 2021, hundreds of fighters have returned to school. These guys are honestly depressed, man. They're basically, these guys are like, you know, like but it just goes to show you, like, what do we think and what do they think? We've had such a good life for such a long time here in the West that we think like, well, nobody wants to fight. We'll give them one good stiff one we'll give them one good stiffy in the tuchus and they'll say, oh no, you win, you're the boss, and we will take it all. That's what they're delusional, man. You can't, some people are like, they have nothing to lose. They're actually bored now. This guy's basically saying, I'm bored now. What is life without? What is my life? Last year, I taste the sweetness of taking a man's life. Now, what is my life? It is desert. It is finished. That's basically what these guys are saying. They're depressed after the fighting. Not during the fighting. After. So even with Wagner, it's like this guy. And the other thing with Wagner, though, imagine being so goddamn good at your job that you basically... Imagine being so good at your job that on the weekends, you make videos just ripping your boss. And your boss can't fire you. That's what this is. Imagine you're that good at your job. You're so goddamn good at your job that you put up... and then on Monday to Friday, you do the job, you get the work done. And then Monday to Thursday, you get the work done that everyone needs and they love you for it. And then on Friday, you just pull up a YouTube camera and say, this guy's a piece of shit, this guy's a piece of shit, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, they need to get rid of those idiots, and you're not fired on Monday? It's crazy. How is this guy not dead? Why is the volume not on?
Чтобы не дать нам это сделать. Потому что они сидят, трясут жирными животами.
Shaking their fat bellies, he says. This guy's so hilarious. I love him. How good is he? The military bureaucrats have stopped all deliveries from May 1st in order to prevent us from doing this, because they are sitting there shaking their fat bellies. This guy rips, right? And thinking that they will make it into history as winners when they have already made it. When they have already made it what? My guys will not suffer useless and unjustified losses in Bakhmut without ammunition. Therefore, on May 10th, 2023, oh, it took a long time to say the date. We will leave the settlement of Bakhmut. We still have to take around 2 kilometers out of 45. But if you don't want to give victory to the Russians in the capture of Bakhmut because of your petty envy, wow, these are your problems. Wow, dude. Because he's saying they're jealous of me. He's saying they're fat and they're jealous. Come on, dude. Prigozhin. This is another good ripper. Him just yelling at them. Jesus Christ.
Шойгу! Герасимов! Где боеприпасы? Посмотрите на них,
Dude, he opens with Shoigu. You know who Shoigu is? He's another military guy. He's like another guy. He's like the top head of the Russian military. And the guy opens with like, Shoigu! This is your fault! You piece of shit! And it's a swearing. He is righteous. He is righteous. Yes. Yes. I know it's hard to imagine. I know it's hard to calculate the morality on a lot of these people. Look, we got to say this. Anyone who's in a fight is actually operating on a low vibration. But in that low, but you got to understand the thing about low vibrational thinking and being at war and all this stuff is that it's a springboard and a gateway into righteousness. And I'll tell you, I remember this guy was saying, I was listening to a documentary, and this guy from Vietnam was saying that for like weeks he had not eaten. He was like starving. He had not drank. He couldn't find clean water anywhere for like 2 weeks or something, for like a long time. I don't remember exactly how long. But after he had been starving, he lost clean water, and he had just been walking, looking for clean water. Before that, he saw his partner's head get blown off in Vietnam, and he's alone there by himself, and he's lonely, and he's fucked up, and there's poppy drugs maybe going off, and he's hearing bombs in the background. He's seeing things, you know what I mean? He's going crazy at this point. But the guy says that when he touched the water, when his lips touched the water, like he drank water after like a week or something for the first time, the water touched his lips, and in seconds, he was one with God. He was right at top vibration. He basically said it was like an orgasm. That's what Steven got mad about. When I said it, Steven was like, okay, it's not an orgasm. He was like getting mad. He was getting caught up in the orgasm. Okay, forget the orgasm. It is a spiritual experience. You know, and that's what that did. And in some ways, this is the meaning of Kali Yuga. But even among the fighters, like, you leave a country in a situation where they're being attacked by the Americans all the time, people got to fight back eventually. And eventually, some people are going to join the military, and some people are going to be righteous, and some people are not. And to me, this Prigozhin, doing these rips, this shows extremely high righteousness in his work ethic. And the fact that he was a caterer, I totally get that too, because catering is a tough business. It's not easy to get into catering, people. It's not easy to get into the food business. 90% of food businesses fail, and it's hard to make them work. And I'll tell you something about these online food businesses or any food business, is that if you can execute on food, you can execute on a military thing. Because military, if you think about it, it's people. This is an old quote too about the military, where they say amateurs think about fighting tactics, but professionals in military, amateurs think about fight tactics, professionals think about logistics. It's all logistics, and food is like probably the biggest logistic. Food, where's the food coming from? Where's the pooping going to happen? Where's the enemy going to attack from? Where's the bullets coming in from? This is all what you have to think about. And then the actual fight itself, then it's just a numbers game of like, how efficiently can we deliver this, timed. These guys eat, the next guy comes out, the next guys go in, then they have 1 hour sleep, switch them out, it's all management. It's all management. Anne-Marie, thanks for coming, Anne-Marie. I don't know if you made it to meditation yesterday. Powerful meditation yesterday. Very beautiful. Very beautiful meditation. I felt great. This morning I was like, oh my God, I think it's a high vibration. But no, this guy definitely, as much as he's a psycho and he's a killer, you know, I mean, it takes a high... Try it yourself. You don't believe me? Try it. Try making a video saying your boss is an idiot. Saying my boss is stupid and they're dumb and they're idiot. Do a video. If you keep your job after that, and don't apologize after. If you keep your job, let me tell you something. You have a righteous work ethic. It takes a righteous work ethic.
Парни ЧВК «Вагнер», которые погибли сегодня. Еще кровь свежая. Сними всех. А теперь слушайте меня, блядь.
Fucking
Это
rips.
чьи-то, блядь, отцы и чьи-то сыновья. И те, которые не дают нам боеприпасы, будут в аду. Жрать их потроха, блядь. У нас нехватка боеприпасов. 70...
It's a good rip, guys. It's a good fucking rip, dude. This guy's going off. This is what you need, people. This guy's getting the results. This is what you need. You want to go to war? Okay, now we're in war. Now you got this guy. Now you got to give him he gets billions of dollars. He has so many contracts in Africa that are like untouched. Basically what happened was he got like 120 kilometers to Moscow. The Prime Minister of Belarus called him and said, you're crazy. They're going to murder you. Get over here and just take exile in Belarus. So he left to Belarus. And he still has his company running in this in Africa.
Шойгу! Герасимов!
Dude, those are two guys. Can you imagine calling out military leaders? Shoigu! Gerasimov! Gerasimov looks vicious like him too. Shoigu looks like a bureaucrat. Like, he might be a pussy, but I can't imagine. I just can't imagine that someone that high in the Russian military is a pussy. There's no fucking way. They're all tough as nails. And Gerasimov, he's a... If you saw him, his face, he's so unrighteous that his face is a warning to you. Do you want me to see? Do you want me to show you?
Где боеприпасы? Посмотрите на них, Вы сидите
You scum sit there in your expensive clubs. It's true though.
Ваши дети
Your kids all getting off on life,
на
recording
YouTube
their little
ролики.
YouTube videos. Wow, so he's watching their kid. Their kids are trying to pop off on YouTube, just like us. God damn it, their kids are probably some rich people in Europe trying to make YouTube videos.
Вы думаете
You
о
think
том,
you
что
own these
вы
lives and you have the right to decide their
хозяева
fates.
этой жизни, и о том, что вы имеете право распоряжаться их жизнями. Думаете о том, что если у вас есть склады от снарядов, то вы имеете на это право. Есть элементарные подсчеты. Если вы даете норму боеприпасов, их в 5 раз меньше. Они пришли сюда добровольцами и умирают за то, чтобы вы жировали в своих кабинетах с красным деревом. Учтите это!
Righteous. And let me show you Gerasimov. This is Gerasimov. Pure evil. This is Shoigu, I think. Is this Shoigu? Yeah, Shoigu. This is Oh. This is Gerasimov and Shoigu. This is Shoigu, I think, yeah. No, they're all hard asses, dude. There's no way. There's no way these guys are soft. These guys are 100% killers, and this guy called all of them out. And it just shows, I mean, the guys... I mean, I don't know. I don't know where to put him. It's a complex world. It's Kali Yuga. But when you put... Here's the thing. We're all in this together. So anyone who's in a low vibration is a reflection on us. That we're sitting by, letting them be low vibration. We should be intervening. We should be helping. But we're not. And when we let it go boil out of control, then there's going to be fights. You know, and some people are making money on the fights. They want fights. And that's why they say the priest and the politician is the biggest criminal. And the priest, if you think about it, the priest is actually like a military leader in a sense too. Like, the priest is doing a lot of politics. How much of the world's fighting is caused by religion? We are supposed... It's exact opposite of what you're supposed to be teaching. The love in the light says we are all one, we are all love, we are all children of the Most High God. Let me show you the video that we started with. Let me show you the video. We are all children of the Most High God, and we're here to love, we're not here to fight. But then the religious teachers are like, we got to kill those guys. They're the opposite of our religion, or they're not in our religion, so we got to kill them. And that's it. That's the only right. We have to kill them because they're in another religion and they're not going to follow our religion. That's opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. That's fear. That's negativity. That's darkness. They're in the darkness, y'all. Traditional spiritual teachers and politicians. Politicians are also living in a world where, like, there's evil coming to get us and we're all screwed and we're going to die. So you got to like me. Let me show you this one last time before we go. It's 12:13. We have crossed the 11:11 mark, y'all. We have crossed it. So let's just do one more let's do one more recap of what this life is, what the righteous are teaching. Let's take a look at it.
I got Randy Orton in the corner. Big Show's prone here. Big Show's prone. And Randy Orton RKO off the distraction.
What's that move called?
Oh, Big Show.
This is what God's doing with you. Remember it. Think about your week like this. You're just a little baby, little child of God. And this big guy represents life playing out around you. It's holding you. It's helping you. It's challenging you. It's saying, come on, baby, get on the top ropes. Come on, baby, give it a little flair. Go further with it. You're not going to get hurt. I got you right here. Look at that. Life's supporting you, loving you. And then even giving you the hand. Say, come on, do the pen. And the sun just walks away. Damn, dude. This is an ice bath thing. That's true, too. That's a great video, too. Actually, I got this from Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, which is a black pill channel that I feel I don't agree with them. I feel like he's too... I feel like they're all too angry. You know, they haven't seen the love and the light philosophy. They haven't seen, I feel like, in the manosphere that everything they call the women out for is because the men are equally negatively polarized. Because they're basically calling out toxic femininity, which I agree with. There is toxic femininity, but they're not seeing these channels like this. They're not seeing that men, they can only go that far if the men go this way. That's how polarization works. That's how our morality works, the loving morality. Let's take a look at this. Here we go. Having fun, dancing in life. As you go through the week, think of your life like this. The hardest thing you have to do, it's just a silly little game you're playing with life, with God. And it's for your growth. You know, this is how you're going to get stronger. This is how you're going to become, right? Because this kid, he's doing all these exercises. He's having fun. He's learning. Right? Daddy's got him. There you go. Daddy's supporting him. That's such a fun slide down. Boom. Give him the pin it. Get it done, baby. Get it done. And just like that. Whatever you got coming up this week, look at it. Look at it like that. Look at it like that. That's how God wants you to look at it. Let's talk to the congregation one more time. Let's see who's in the community. Raziel the Great, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate your wrestling commentaries. We do need that. Have a great day, everyone. Happy 4th to those in the U.S. Safe. No missing fingers. Yes, please. No missing fingers. Very good, Sophia. Thanks for coming. Sophia came to meditation. I can see that high vibration on you. Anne Marie, Sundays, we're doing Sundays 9 p.m. But I don't know. I'm thinking about changing Sunday meditation to Wednesday, maybe. I don't know. Chipko says, Amish dropping wisdom bombs. God is great, baby. Did I drop it or did it channel in? I don't know. I don't know. Raziel the Great. So, Amish, basically what we should have done was put the Taliban to work in an office years ago, and we could have avoided all that war stuff. Yeah. Oh my God, the military has it all wrong. The best way to win is to make the enemy work life an hourly person at 7-Eleven. LMFAO, I'm dead. It's true. It's true. Well, 20 years of fighting didn't get anything, did it? 20 years of fighting didn't get him anything. Wagner, Justin Conscious says Wagner leader is OG for sure. Right? Justin, how did you feel about today's UFO topics? Message me if you have a UFO documentary or if you have a cult documentary. That's going to be our focus going forward. This loving kindness, and any way we can get to loving kindness. That's what we need. That's what the culture needs. That's what community needs. Right? Any way we can raise the vibration. That's what we're here to do. So listen to this track, and I'm going to say your names as we go out. And hey, if you're in Toronto, I got a lot of shows coming up. Watch out for my Instagram page. I'll post everything there, but I have a lot of great shows coming up. Wait, let me just tell you. What do we have? This week I'm shooting this kids' TV show, but July 15th I'm at Comedy Bar. Oh my God, July 13th, July 14th, July 15th, I have shows next week. So I'll post all those on my Instagram, but July 13th, 14th, 15th, I have shows. But then today, I'm doing this, I'm going to Promise Cherry Beach. It's going to be a ripper. If anyone wants to go dancing, anyone wants to go for a little dance, Promise Cherry Beach, I'm going to be there tonight. Hopefully I'll see you there. Let's get this rolling, shall we? Let's get this rolling, shall we? Anne Marie, Sophia Gibson, Raziel the Great, Chris Neller, Zerify, thanks for coming. Mick Zamzam, Chipko, with that ranch. Hype Factory, Diligent Dabber is here. Diligent Dabber, what's up? 4 Hour Life is here. God is great. And let's see, what is this? Java is here. Thank you for joining. Yami Osniel coming in early. Bobby123, Justin Conscious, Sophia Gibson. Le Gonolo, Ang95 is here. Thank you all for coming. Look at our bus. Look at our prosperous bus. It's a bus of prosperity. Yeah, make sure you're getting out there. Make sure you're raising the vibration this week, y'all. Make sure you're raising it. Thanks for coming. Sometimes you gotta go out there and tell everybody. You gotta go out there and tell everybody.